Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a new version of a game that I've covered previously called Mining Colony. Mining Colony is a 2 to 4 player game from Dr. Finn's Games, designed by Dr. Finn himself. And what you're trying to do in this game is you're trying to make the best colony that you can make on, it looks like Mars, but we'll just say a distant planet. You're going to be doing that by getting some tiles that have some cool polyomino shapes. You're going to be terraforming your board to build different kinds of outposts, science stations, landing pads, domes, gym power stations. To try to just be the best colony that you can be. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go to the table, see how it plays. All right, so here's a game of Mining Colony. I have it set up for 2 players. This can go to 4 players, but essentially it's going to be the same, except you're going to have more of these because it's one, our number of players minus 1. So in this case, there's 1 of these. If there was a 4-player game, you'd have 3 of each of the science stations and outposts. Outside of that, everything else is going to play the same. The gameplay is going to look a little different because normally you fill up based on the number of players is how many of these you'll fill up. So in a 2-player game, we're going to fill up 1 and 2. If it was 3, we'd have 3, so on and so forth. But outside of that, everything's going to be the same. So to set up, you're going to give each player a player board. It's 2-sided. I'm not going to flip it because I have credits. The other side has some starting places here, and it makes it a little more difficult. So this is just the first game set up. Give each player 5 credits and a deck of cards that are going to range from certain numbers. There is, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 cards. You're going to play 10 of them. You're going to have 2 left over. So I have green and red, and I put all the rest of the pieces around the board. Then we're going to start playing. Before I start playing, though, I just want to say this is a prototype, so some of these pieces are cut funny. These are like little tiddlywinks with stickers on them. It's going to look nicer than this, but this is just going to show you how the game plays and to see if you're interested. So let's go ahead and dive in. So on your turn, first thing we're going to do is we are going to flip one of these cards. These are going to tell us certain areas that we're going to fill with certain types of goods. So if you look at that, it's going to give you some gems, it's going to give you some different tiles, maybe some ships or some astronauts. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fill it. So we will put a white and a yellow in there, a green and a purple in here. Then we'll do a 2 square. Then we'll do a 1 square and a blue blue spaceship. All right. So that's the setup for the round. Then what we're going to do is we're each going to draw 3 cards, and we're going to be playing one face down. Whoever plays the highest card gets first pick at all the stuff in one of those sections of the board. So there's my 3 cards. Here's their 3 cards. We have credits. They're going to let you do a couple things. If you don't like the cards that you draw, you can pay a credit, put those 3 cards at the bottom, draw 3 new ones, and they're also going to be worth points at the end. You can spend them to put some of these overbuild tokens on, and if you can discard things you don't want, you can get extras. You can only ever have 5, though, at the end of round 3, or phase 3. So just keep that in mind. All right, so there's red, there's green. Come on, quit messing this up. All right, so there's their cards. All right, so now what we're going to do is each player is going to pick a card. I'll kind of show you the green player, and I'm going to randomly do the red players to simulate it. So here's what the green player has. They have 14, 3, and 46. If they really want something out here, they want to play a really high card. If they don't really care, they can play one of the other ones. So I don't think I really care this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and play the 3. Then the other 2 can go on the bottom of the deck because they'll cycle back through. All right, and then this player is just going to play this one. So I can simulate it. That was terrible. It wasn't on the bottom, but oh well. It's supposed to go on the bottom. That was terrible. All right, then what we're going to do is we're going to flip. So I'll flip and I'll show 3. This player will flip and they'll show 47. Man, even if I would have played my high card, I would have lost. All right, so now red gets first dibs. What do they want? Let's see. They're going to take these two, I think. No, I'll take these. I'll take these two. All right, so when you get it, you have a couple options. You can either sit it here next to your board for now, or you can go ahead and build it onto your board. So let's go ahead and build it. All right, so to build it on your board, pretty straightforward. There are three different types of things that you can build into. You have landing pads, which can hold airplanes. So like if this player took this airplane, they could put it in there. You have well, this is where you can store crystals. I don't remember what that's called. Maybe I don't know. And then this is a dome where you can store the people. So if I had a blue person, I could put a blue person in there. All right, so to go along with that, this is just extra, like a storage area. Down here, this is actually where you're gonna build, that's gonna count towards points. Up here, these are extra ones that you may play later. So the first thing you have to do when you build, you have to build off of one of these sections down here adjacent. So I wanna do this actually. I'm gonna come over here. So I have a launch pad, a nothing, and a dome. I also have, what else did I get? I didn't get any airplane. So I will take and put this one here. I'm gonna store this one up in here. So that's how you build. You take all your stuff, you build it, you either put it in storage or you put it on your board. Then green, I get to take all this stuff. So I get this extra outpost gem thing. Why can't I remember that? It's so awful. I just looked it up. Oh, it doesn't matter. This is where you put gems. I'm actually going to build it right here. And then I'll put the purple one here. I'll put the green one over here. Then I'll put the blue ship on the blue landing pad up here in storage. Then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to take our card out of the game. So my 3 that I used is out. This 47 is out. And then we're going to start it all over. So we'll do that again. We'll draw 3 more cards. They'll do the same thing. I'm going to show you one other thing on here just so you can kind of see a couple. I'm trying to get it so you can see how you build some science stations and some outposts, but I don't know if that's going to happen during this playthrough, but I can talk you through it. All right, so we'll flip a new card. So we'll put a number 2 here. I made the number 1 section real messy here. Let's fix that. Number 2 and a guy. We'll do this one. And, ooh, they get a lot of stuff. A blue guy, a red ship, and a number 3. So the number basically means how many squares it takes up. So this takes up 3 squares. So it's a number 3. All right, let's see here. This player really wants that, and I'll show you why. So I'm gonna go ahead and play, I'll play the 30, because I just kind of want to show you what's going on. Probably not the best thing, but I don't care. And I'm not gonna do random, because I actually want to get a high number over here. So I can't, but I'll play this. So they played a 30, then they'll flip it. They played a 26, and you flip it. The card you didn't play will go on the bottom. All right, so this player's bummed because they really wanted this, but little do they know this player is actually going to take this, which is not probably wise, but I want to show you some stuff, so we're going to do it. So I'm going to put this right here, and I'll put this guy right there. I'll lay him down so you can see him right there. All right, so that was their turn. Then they're going to take all this stuff. They are going to play this like this. So put that right there. They'll put the clear gem there. Let's see, they don't have any good ships, but we want to start, we want to try to get red. Then we'll put the blue guy in storage. Okay, and then whenever you have 2 gems, 2 crystals, or 2 astronaut and a ship directly apart from each other, 1 space away with nothing, like a built up space, but nothing on it, then you're going to be able to build either an outpost or a science station. So if I had the black ship here, I would be able to build the black outpost. Over here, because I have 2 clear crystals, I get to build the white science station. Each building that you have at the end of the game is going to be worth 2 points. Now this player can no longer build that because there's only one, because it's number of players minus one. So that's going to function the same way as with the colored people here. So the black, blue, and red, if you get two of those across from each other. So if I had this guy and this plane here, I could take this outpost and put it right there. So that's how that works. All right, so another thing before I wrap this up, because I think you kind of get the gist of the game. You're going to play through this 8 more rounds. Another thing you can do is you can spend a credit to take one of these build tokens. There's the gym storage unit. There is the dome. There is a landing pad in here somewhere. And then there's also some that have nothing. So what you can do is you can pay a credit to build one of these up. So say I had, it looked like this, okay? And I wanted to get, I had the black plane, or the black ship, and I needed to get a landing pad over there. I could pay 2 credits. I could buy this, nothing, cover this up because there's nothing stored in it. And then I could also buy this landing pad, take my ship if I had one, put it on here, then I could build the black outpost. So you're going to be spending credits to kind of maybe correct a mistake that you made while building, because that's going to happen because you're going to be limited to what you can get. So that's essentially how you're going to play through the game. There's some in-game goals or scoring, which you're going to get 2 points, like I said earlier, for each of the outposts and science stations that you can get. You're going to get 1 point for every crystal and worker that's on this part of your board, not in storage. So basically anything in storage you can just kind of get rid of. You're going to get 1 point for every 2 credits. So if this is how the game ended, I would get 4 points because I have 5 credits here. Whoever has, at the end of the game, you're going to have 2 cards left. So you're going to look at these 2 cards. Whoever has the highest total on these 2 cards is going to get 6 points. Then 3 points, then 1 point. So if you get last in a 4-player game, you get nothing. So this player would probably win that. Let's just check. Oh yeah. So this player has 43 and 38 and they have 7 and 2. So they would definitely win. You're also going to get negative 1 point for each undeveloped space. So if this is how the game ended, which would be awful, you would have a whole pile of negative points. So eventually your board's going to kind of look like this. Let's just kind of put something up so you can see it. Let me follow the rules. So this, then this, then we'll do this, and this, and this. So say this is how I ended. I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 empty spaces, so negative 9 points. Hopefully I have a lot more stuff on my board. I have more buildings, so that 9 points will not be as painful. And then whoever has the most points at the end of the game is the winner. That's essentially the game. I don't know if I mentioned any point in the game when you can't play something down. If you don't want to, you can discard it. So I could discard this blue spaceship and blue worker and yellow gem, and I could take 3 credits. If I couldn't place this 5 square piece, I could discard it, get 5 credits. But keep in mind, you have to discard down to 5 credits at the end of the phase 3. So you're kind of balancing how you want to spend your credits, how you want to get credits, when you want to get credits, and trying to fill your board. So that's how you play Mining Colony. Let's go up to the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Mining Colony. First off, I want to say, as with most Dr. Finn's games, I enjoy this. It's simple to play, easy to learn, quick to teach, and a ton of fun. So let me just put that at the top because I like Dr. Finn's games. So in this one, what you're trying to do is you're essentially drafting. So you're going to be doing some simultaneous card play to draft some things. So ships or people, gems, or different sections of terrain to try to make the best colony that you can make. The whole, I guess, you're trying to be the first person to get the building. So you either want to get the outposts or the science stations of the colors because they're going to be worth an extra 2 points. If you can build all of them, that's going to look pretty good. That'd be what, 14 points? That's huge. So you're trying to, yes, you're trying to fill up your board, but you're also trying to be as efficient as you can with laying these tiles down, drafting items that you need, so the right crystals that you need, the right color, people, or ships that you need, because you're trying to fill your board and build outposts and science stations. So in the previous one that I did, it was a Cosmic Run version of this. It was 2-player only, It played similarly where you flip the card. It would show some areas that you were trying to fill up. You draft from there by playing cards. It didn't give you points for the last 2 cards you had left. It didn't give you credits to be able to spend and do some stuff with them. You couldn't discard stuff you didn't need to get credits. You couldn't use these overbuild tokens, which are really cool. Basically, whatever you got, you were stuck with. But it had kind of the same gist where you wanted to get 2 gems of the same color, 1 space apart, so you could build the science station, or you wanted to get 2, the ship and the person of the same color, 2 spaces apart, so you could build the outpost. But I think I like this one better. 1, because it has the credits to give you a little more flexibility. 2, I like these overbuild tokens. They give you more flexibility. And 3, I like that you don't have to keep stuff that you don't necessarily need. You can discard it to get some credits, which just opens up possibilities of things that you can do. I like being able to spend those credits to say I got a hand of 3 low cards and I really wanted a high card. I could spend a credit, try to put those at the bottom, draw 3 new ones, see what happens. I just really like that. I think it's an interesting addition and makes it a little deeper on the strategy front. Again, this is a prototype, so don't take what you see during the playthrough as the final. Yada yada. Went through all that, but I'm sure it'll look similar to this, just nicer pieces, not cut out of cardboard. They'll be actually like punch boards and look really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a BGM acceptance seal. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 on BGG, so a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches on our arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing, but we like to give it the games that we enjoy, yada, yada, yada. And if I could keep this one, I would keep it, but I can't. I have to send it back. It's got to go on another reviewer. They got to do their thing. But it's going to be on Kickstarter. Dr. Finn's putting all of his 2021 line on Kickstarter at some point. So you'll be able to go there, get any game that you want of his, maybe even some of the backlogs like Little Flower Shop, Cosmic Run, Biblios. Biblios Dice is going to be on there too, which is pretty cool. So I think it's Parchment and Quill or something like that. So any of the Dr. Finn's games that you've been having a hankering for that you couldn't find, go check out the Kickstarter because you'll see all the new ones and maybe some of the back ones. I don't know about that. That's just my speculation. It'd be cool if it was on there, but definitely go check it out for the new games for 2021. So that would be this one, Butterfly Garden, Nanga Parbat, and I do believe Biblios, Quill, and Parchment, if that's the name, is the 4th game that's new, but not really new because that was an old game that they're reissuing. It was Biblios the dice game. They're getting reissued this for 2021, which is cool. So that's Cosmic Run from Dr. Finn. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.